Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? I am really, really tired. I feel like borderline exhausted, if you want to know the truth. And I kind of feel like I'm getting sick. I was halfway through filming my drama video today, and my throat started hurting really bad. And I don't know if it's the drop in temperature. I don't know if it's allergies. I don't know if I'm getting sick. I hope I'm not getting sick. I'm not feeling great at all. I'm really, 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 really tired. And I got good sleep, too. It was interesting because I was talking about my medicine yesterday. I've talked about my medicine, my sleep medication a lot on here. And somebody commented on my video and said that they were on the same medication as me, Doxepin, and that, which is like in the same category as Trazodone, and that it wasn't putting a dent in their sleeping at all. So, it's interesting. I can only share my experience of me being on this medication. Trazodone really didn't help at all for me, at all. Doxepin, neither one of them, I will say, like, my doctor was like, oh no, they'll help you fall asleep. Neither one of them have helped me fall asleep at all. But what I do notice differently about the Doxepin versus the Trazodone, this is just my personal experience, is that, like, Trazodone, I didn't feel like it did anything to me. The Doxepin, when I fall asleep, I fall asleep deep. And like I said in my video yesterday, I don't know if it's from the medication. I'm starting to think that it might be from my multivitamin. I don't know. But last night I did take my medication and I slept like 8.5 hours. And I woke up and I even took a nap last night too. And I woke up and I just was like, I got up and I just was like, this has been happening, like I would say, like the last 2+ weeks. When I wake up, I don't feel like a lot of people talk about on these medications, they feel like groggy and hungover. I don't feel like that at all. I'm just really, really tired. Like, I'm still like half asleep. But I'm like, and it was like I would, get up and, have a cup of coffee, and like within a half an hour I'd be like wide awake. That was kind of how it was. I would say in the last week and a half, I'm kind of really, to be honest with you, I'm kind of thinking like, I'm not good, this is going to sound so bad, I'm not good at, I don't know why this will sound bad, but I'm not good at estimating my own, like, level of overdoing it, if that makes sense. I kind of just push and push and push and push and push and push. So until, like, then one day I'm just like, oh God, I can't handle anymore. I'm like so tired, right? So I don't know if maybe I've just been doing so much for like the last week and a half. I don't go out a lot. I don't leave here very often, and so my days are really just filled with filming videos, being with Boo Radley, when I take a walk, taking a walk, going to the pool. I mean, it's very simple stuff, right? Cleaning the house. My hours aren't great, but within my hours, I'm still getting, pretty good sleep. Okay, last weekend, Friday night, we went out to dinner. I was out with a lot of people. People zap my energy. Even when I'm having a great time. Like, Friday and Saturday night, I had a great time both nights. But, like, it's not just the people I'm with. It's with, like, all people, like, just being out in public. Like, that just zaps my energy. So, Friday night, we went out, and we were with, 6 other couples or something. And that was a lot of fun. But I was really tired, and I was happy to get home and things like that. Saturday night, we went out to dinner again. And the restaurant that we were at Saturday night was super, super busy. We were at Savor in Carmel, and it's like a very busy area of downtown Carmel. And I can just remember we were standing there waiting for them before they came in, and I was really, really tired then. And I felt like there was just like a lot of people walking down the street, and it feels like a lot to me. I don't love being around a lot of people. Like, it kind of drains me. I don't even really know how to explain it other than it just drains my energy. So that was Saturday, and I wasn't, out late or anything like that. Went swimming with my neighbor when I got home. Watched TV. Sunday we went to brunch. Monday I was at the pool all day long, and that was fun, and that was relaxing. The whole time I was there, I was talking to people, though, I'm up there for 4.5 hours. It was interesting because I was, like, looking back through, like, I'm now picking just one happy moment for the day when I'm doing my journaling. I'm picking just, like, one happy moment instead of, like, 10 happy moments, because I want to, like, the reason why I'm doing it is because it takes me back to the Rhonda Byrne book, Magic. And she had, like, one of the lessons was, there's bugs around me. One of the lessons was you have, like, a rock or something, I have, like, this heart-shaped rock that I use, or I used at that time. And so It's next to my bed. And so you hold on to it and you go through your whole day and you think about like the best moment of your day that you're the most grateful for. And then it makes you end your day on a really positive note. So instead of having like 10 things, which I guess would be like a surplus of gratitude, I'm trying to focus on just that one moment that I felt like the happiest during the day. The other reason why I'm doing it is because as I'm going through there, it's interesting because if each one of those days, my day is reduced to just that happiest moment, and then like let's say a week is reduced to 7 happy moments, when I look at it, if the moments are like not big explosive moments, but they're very small moments, which they tend to be, then what that reminds me is that my happiness and my peace and my serenity come from very small moments. So like on Monday, like most of them are like laying in bed with Boo and Alex. Like that will be like 1 or 2 days. And then, you know, watching, like the other night when I was watching TV shows, and there was the first night that I put the fan up. Sometimes I've done it a couple other nights, but it's gotten so cold with the fan on, and I have a blanket over me. But the first night, I had all the candles lit, the lemon candles, the Margarita Island, and stuff like that. And then it smelled so good in our house. I had a little fan on. It reminded me of my mom. Like that was my moment, right? Like my happiest. I just remember sitting in the chair watching the show, and I just was like bliss, right? Well, Monday, my happiest moment was, there was a moment before everybody came up to the pool and it was just me and my neighbor, and she was like laying on the chair and I was in the pool and we were kind of talking but not really, and we were waiting for our friend to come up there. It was like right when I first got up there, and I had put in my like that big gym thing that has like, you know, it's like, you know, half circle and then you like lay in it and it has the thing, you just float in it, right? And it was that moment of like floating and the sun was like straight directly on me and I just was so peaceful, and that was my moment for Monday. And so it's interesting when I look at like these moments that just make me so happy, and they're these very simple moments, you know. But so that was Saturday, that was Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday we went to brunch, and Sunday was pretty relaxed and things like that. And then Monday, I was at the pool all day long, which I know this is going to sound crazy, and this is no way complaining because I love going to the pool. But going to the pool and being in the sun and talking to people all day long, like that even drains me a little bit. Like just being in the sun, like if you've spent a day in the sun, you'll know what I'm talking about. Like you're tired when you get home, right? And each of these days, I've continued to like film videos like every single day, right? Do laundry, clean the house, do all that kind of stuff, right? Do a lot of recovery stuff on the phone, talking to people and whatever. And so that was Monday. And then Tuesday, I had to get up early because I had my hair appointment. And then I came back Tuesday, filmed videos, and then turned right around and went to my therapy appointment. That was, marriage counseling was Thursday night or Tuesday night. And then came home and went to the casino and didn't really eat that much that day. And then when I came home, watched some TV shows and then went to bed. And then Wednesday I got up and I was with Caroline all day long. So I feel like part of my being tired is kind of like I've just been doing so much, right? Like I know it doesn't seem like that much to most people, but I know this is going to sound kind of like a crazy analogy, but like, you know, like when people, have you heard like the story of when people like, why did that happen to the table? There's nothing on here except for my glasses and this coffee. I haven't even really had that much coffee today. Somebody is grilling out and it smells like barbecue sauce. It smells so, I love barbecue sauce so much. Oh my God. Back in the day, I loved to get I would go through Hardee's and I would get a Frisco burger with no meat at Hardee's. I loved it. And then afterward, or then I would get the hash browns. They have little hash browns, you know, they're like the round, like they're hash browns, but they're little hash browns. And I would get barbecue sauce and I would dip them in. Oh my God, I love that so much. So anyway, but you know, like when you hear stories about people that like hardly ever leave their house, like they haven't left their house in like 10 or 20 years, and then they leave and all of a sudden they get like sick, like violently sick, because, or they come down with something because they're just like so used to it because of their house is like, they haven't come or gone, nobody's, you know what I'm talking about? Have you ever heard these stories before? I know I'm not making this up. It's like, they get some like weird disease because they haven't been exposed to people. Well, that's kind of what it's, not like similar, but like, I'm trying to come up with some kind of an analogy. It's like, I never really go that many places. I mean, I really just, during the week, I go, like, I have to tell you, there's a week in September where it's like, Monday I have a hair appointment, Tuesday I have a therapy, like couples counseling, Wednesday I have No, it wouldn't be that because we wouldn't have scheduled it that far in advance. It's like Monday I have a hair appointment, Tuesday I have something else, Wednesday, no, Monday I have a dental appointment, Tuesday I have a hair appointment, Wednesday I have like my neurology appointment, Thursday or Friday I have like every day, one day I have Caroline, and then like that Friday I have like my general practitioner appointment. It's like every day that week I have, I'm already dreading that week because I'm gonna have to leave here every single day, get up early, get all that stuff. You know, and I don't do it that often. Like, I know that sounds stupid, but it's like I really, like, I mean, my weeks are really pretty much filled with just sitting here, filming videos, being relaxed, going to the pool if the pool's open, you know, things like that. So for me, what most people do on a regular basis is really like overwhelming to me to some degree. I know that sounds crazy, but I don't know if it makes sense to anybody else. If you're somebody that doesn't leave home very often, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's funny because like I've talked to quite a few people because now in today's world, so many people that I know like work from home. And so the only time that they'll leave is like they go to the grocery store, or like friends of mine, they'll go to a meeting or they go to the grocery store. That's like the only time that they leave their house. And they're like, it's so weird like being out. They'll say to me, it's like so weird being out. And I'm like, yeah, tell me. Like I don't leave the house at all, right? And unless I have an Uber or somebody takes me someplace, I have no ability to leave. And I think that's also the other thing is like the reality of me getting an Uber in the middle of the day just to go somewhere for lunch by myself or go to the grocery store when I know that like Alex can take me up there when he gets home, or, you know, I'll go with Caroline or whatever. Like I'm not, the likelihood of me getting an Uber during the middle of the day, unless I really need to get something, is probably not going to happen, right? So that kind of almost like forces this mentality of staying around here. So this last week I've done a lot. I think it's kind of caught up with me, if you want to know the truth. I mean, I've had fun. It's been good. The tripod fell so early on this vlog. But anyway, I was saying that, you know, it's just been a lot. I'm not used to it, you know? It's just not my world today. And so it's crazy. It's like, you know, even like when we go on vacation and stuff like that, like the day of traveling there and the day of traveling back like really takes it out of me. I mean, it always has. I'm not somebody that, I love to travel and go places. I don't love like the day of traveling unless I'm like sitting there on the plane watching a show. Like that I enjoy, right? But like the walking and through the airport and the getting to the gates and, you know, all this kind of stuff, like I don't love that kind of stuff. Like it actually makes me very, very nervous that we're gonna miss flights and whatever. And like I always say this, like with having to get everything ready, like I don't ever really relax on vacation until like I'm sitting at the gate and like they're getting ready to board. Like that's when I fully am like kind of relaxed. It's typically why that's when I post a picture like on Instagram of like, hey, we're leaving, because that's when I kind of feel relaxed, right? Is that I'm like, okay, I'm finally like, I'm good now, you know, I'm relaxed. So anyway, I don't know, maybe that's why. I mean, I've gotten like, the night before Caroline picked me up, I got like good sleep that night. I've gotten pretty good sleep most nights this week. I will say what's weird about it is, and I don't know, you know, like with the Doxapen, like there's been a couple nights that I haven't taken it and I feel like I sleep. I don't take it unless I know that I'm going to be able to sleep between like 7 and 9 hours. If I'm going to sleep like 5 or 6 hours, I usually don't take it. Because I don't want to like oversleep or like wake up and just be like still half asleep. Like, but even on the nights that I haven't taken it, I've been sleeping pretty deep. So I don't know, maybe my sleep is a little bit more regulated now. I did notice last night, so I took a nap. What did we do last night? Oh, Alex came down to warm up some food, and I was like, do you want to watch Dubai? And he was like, Real Housewives of Dubai. He's on his way home right now. He had a late meeting. He texted me right before I came out here, and he was like, I'm on my way home, like 5 minutes before I came out here, he said that. So he should be home any minute. But anyway, I was like, do you want to watch Real Housewives of Dubai? And he said, we already caught up with it the other night. I said, no, Tanya texted me last night when I was at the casino. And she was like, have you watched Dubai yet? And that's when I told her, I was like, no, I'm at the casino. And so he was like, oh, well, if we have another Dubai, let's watch it. So we watched that last night. And then we watched Watch What Happens Live that had Caroline, not Caroline Stanberry, or was it Lisa? I can't remember. Or Sarah, I don't remember who it was, but I was like doing stuff on the computer. I think I was uploading the vlog while I was kind of watching Watch What Happens Live. And so we watched that, Dubai, and Watch What Happens Live, and then he went to bed. So I laid down what he did last night, and I took a nap for like an hour and a half, and I woke up, and I was still so tired, but I really wanted to watch Big Brother. And so I got up, and Big Brother wasn't out yet on Paramount, so which is where I watch it. And although I think it came out earlier, because Nikki and I were texting about it today, and I said something about, because she hadn't got to watch last night yet, because she had a bunch of stuff to do this morning, so she had to go to bed early last night. And I said, well, this isn't going to ruin it for anybody, but like, it's a 2-part premiere. And so the first part was last night and the second part's tonight. But they don't bring like everybody on the first night. So if you're going to watch it, I mean, if you didn't watch it already, I would just binge watch the 2 episodes together because it would feel like more of like the first night of premiere. But anyway, I mean, it's good. I like the people that are on it so far. So I think it's going to be an interesting season. I'm really excited about Big Brother. I can't believe Big Brother's back. But anyway, but she was like, yeah, I said, so I was telling her that. I said, you should just binge watch both of the shows together because it's kind of like, together it'll probably be like the first night of the premiere. And she said, but it doesn't come out till 3 a.m. on Paramount. Now, I know I started watching Big Brother last night on Paramount earlier than 3 a.m. I stayed up later than that because I watched Glitch after that, but I watched Big Brother first, and then I watched Glitch, and it felt like it was at like 1 o'clock that I watched it because I listened to a little bit of my audiobook, and then I watched Glitch. I'm gonna do a whole video on the Big Brother premiere over on my Peter Watches TV channel. I'll probably do that tomorrow after I watch the second part tonight. They're acting like it's like there's like this whole, I won't say what it is, but there's this whole like new thing that they're doing on Big Brother. I don't even really understand what I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. But anyway, this won't ruin it because I'm just going to say names, but there's like so many people on the show that I already like. Like, I like the woman that's like my age. I think her name is Angela. I like the guy. I think his name is Tucker. And he talked about his dad being gay. Those are like the 2 that I'm like rooting for so far. And I like the girl that's a bartender in Los Angeles. What's her name? Rosario, I think is something, her name's something like that. I really like her. Those are like the 3 that I like so far. I can never remember their names till like the 5th or 6th episode. To be honest with you, there was nobody. The guy from Hawaii I like. The girl that works in construction, I liked her. There's not really anybody on the first I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. Oh, the guy that works at the video store. See, I liked all of the people that were in the first episode. And then Chelsea, I liked her a lot too. Yeah, all the first 8 I really, really liked. I feel like they're kind of stacking it though this season, I will say, for there being some showmances in there. And there's like 3 people that said, like in their, you know, like when they show on Big Brother, they'll like be like, my name's Peter and I'm from Indiana. You know, they show that part. There's like 3 people that were like, oh, I'm down to have a showmance. And so I feel like they're kind of stacking it to be like have a romance. Although I will say that it looks pretty like evenly split age-wise, like 30-30-30, like between age groups. Like there's like several people that are between like their like 20s and 30s, and then 30s and 40s, and then like 40s and 50s. I thought it was interesting how they stacked it. I feel like it's pretty, like age-wise, it's pretty evenly stacked. But you know, last season with Suri and Miss Felicia, I feel like it proved that older players can do really, really well. There were like 4 older players that did really, really well. What was the woman from Australia? Bowie Jane. She was older too. I think she was like 45 or something like that. And so it showed that more mature players can do really well in Big Brother. So anyway, the woman that's my age, if you guys watched it last night, Angela, she's so excited. She is totally who I would be. I'm kind of rooting for her so far, but I have a feeling she probably won't make it very far. The ones I love are always the ones that like are out right away. So anyway, but I watched that and then I watched Glitch. Okay, I have to just tell you, the 3rd season of Glitch, I think I finished this, maybe I made it only way halfway through did I finish? Oh, I finished season 2, and then I started season 3, and so many people have asked me that, they're like, I started it and I couldn't really get into it. So this is the thing. It's about people that come back to life, okay? It's like 6 people that come back to life. And, well, it ends up being more throughout the series, but 6 people initially that come back to life. But the way that they show them coming back to life is that they're crawling through their graves, okay? Every person I've told to watch it gets to that part, and they're like, I can't do this. Like, I'm not, and I'm like, they're like, is it zombies? I'm like, it's not. Like, Caroline, Nikki, all my friends, I think Tanya was like, is it zombies? I'm like, it's not zombies, okay? They literally are just, like, crawling out of their graves. Like, that's literally, I don't know why they chose to show it that way, but so much has to do with the cemetery on Glitch. Like, there's so much that's surrounding the cemetery. I think that's why they did it. It's really a really good show. The thing is that Season 1 was really good. I thought Season 2 was like a little bit better. Season 3 so far is boring. I'm over it. I feel like they should have ended it with 2 seasons, if you want to know the truth. But all the seasons are 6 episodes. And apparently it ends on a conclusive, like, ending. But I feel like they could have ended it. Like, they even brought, like, in Season 3, they brought, like, the first episode, they brought 2 new characters on. And I'm like, you're going to end the show and 6 episodes and you're bringing 2 new characters on. And it doesn't, 3 or 4, well, 2 new characters that, like, came back to life. And then there's, like, 2 other characters that are brand. It's like, I don't know what they're doing, and they're switching people up, and it's like, so people you were rooting for, you're not rooting for anymore. I don't know. It's just like they should have just ended it after 2 seasons, if you want to know the truth. So, I don't know that I'll finish it tonight. And to be honest with you, somebody messaged me about, they were watching Love Island, they're addicted. And then they said, I keep on looking over here, my phone's inside, uploading a video, it's not over here. And somebody messaged me about Love Island and how much they love Love Island, and that they need to start watching Sister Wives because I talk about it so much. And I messaged them back and I was like, I'm obsessed with Sister Wives, but it gets boring. Like, it does. Like, I'm on season 6 and it's boring. I feel like every episode is about building their houses, the kids being unruly, the wives not getting along, and the Sister Wives closet business that they have. It's like every episode of season 6 is about that. And almost every episode of season 5 was about Logan leaving for college, and it just, I don't know, I'm just bored of it. I'm just, like, I have to keep on watching it because I thought it's my husband, I think. I was right. I texted me before I came, before I came out here, and I texted him, I said I'm going to start vlogging. So anyway, I don't know, like, I want to watch all the way through, obviously, because I can't wait to watch season 19. And I'm not going to start watching season 19 if I'm not caught up. So I have, 12 seasons to watch. This season 6 is 20 episodes, and every season after that is like 12 to 14 episodes. So I don't know what happened, but I've got to binge watch it and get it done. It's kind of boring because it comes out like August 20th is when the next season comes out, and I really want to watch it. And I heard the last season was, like, the last 2 seasons were really good and kind of crazy. It's like when Christine leaves, and then, like, at the end is like when Mary and Janelle break up and stuff like that. So I want to see all that. But so tonight I'm going to watch Big Brother, the new one. And I'm going to watch, Alex texted me before because he has, like, no plans this weekend. Watch, between now and tomorrow, it'll change. He'll have all these plans. But I said, because he has, like, 2 meetings from home tomorrow, and then he's, like, done. We had talked about going to the pool with her tomorrow, and then, my neighbor and I, we were going to go to the pool with her friend, my friend on the corner that I go to the pool with. But it's been, so time and temperature check. When I came out here, it was 5:36, and the temperature I looked right before I came out here on my phone, and it was 73 degrees. It's not warm at all to go to the pool. And there was a breeze, and it's kind of, I wouldn't say it's chilly, but it feels like fall. Today it felt like fall. I was talking to my neighbor across the street, and it was funny because she was like, what are you doing? And this was when I first got up, and I was like, I am so tired. I said, I don't know what's going on. She's like, did you just get up? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, well, just have some coffee and stuff. And she's like, do you have lots of videos to make today? And I was like, you know what? I said I was going to try to make a lot of videos. I said, I think I'm just going to do my weight loss update and my vlog. And I ended up filming a drama video, but I didn't. I kind of was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to do this video or not. And I ended up filming it. So I don't know. We'll see. But I think this is it as far as filming videos today, because I need to relax a little bit. So tomorrow, other than vlogging, if it's nice and we can go to the pool, I said to Alex, I said, do you want to go to the pool tomorrow? And he was like, I may just lay in bed and watch TV all day long, because he goes, I really need to relax. So he texted me before he came home, and he was like, I'm so excited just to be home and relax this weekend after my 2 meetings tomorrow. He's like so excited just to, like, go to the store, get a bunch of, like, fun junk food, and just, like, relax all weekend and stuff like that. So that's probably what we'll do this weekend. Now, so I want to watch Big Brother tonight. That will come out after, like, midnight. Nikki said 3 a.m. I feel like it comes out right after midnight, but I could be wrong. So, Big Brother, Glitch, Sister Wives. Oh, I know what I have to watch tonight. Thelma and Louise, because tomorrow is a true crime book club. Tomorrow is Peter's movie club, and so I have to announce the movie for next week and do a review of Thelma and Louise, which I'm actually really excited to watch. Thelma and Louise. I think I'm gonna sit out here and watch it, and it'll be a cool evening, so I can make some, like, hot coffee and, like, sit out here with a candle. I always like the candles when I'm, like, watching my movies out here. I haven't been sitting out here a lot to watch TV. It's been, like, really hot and humid outside. I don't know why, like, the heat this year, it's really weird because this summer has been like this, like low 70s and kind of breezy and windy. I mean, it feels like fall today. Or it's been super, super hot and humid. But past summers, like, I liked sitting out here. This summer, I'm so much more comfortable in that chair. I think it's part of it, too. But for movies, I like to sit out here. So I'll watch Thelma and Louise out here, and Big Brother. I mean, that might be it. I might, maybe one episode of Glitch. I probably won't watch Sister Wives tonight. Alex was, yesterday I went upstairs. This was so funny. I don't know if it was because Big Brother premiered last night or why, but he was laying in bed, and I said, when was this? Oh, this is before we were watching Dubai, I think, because I said, you look upset. And he was like looking through TikToks, and he goes, I go, you look upset. And he goes, I'm pissed. And I go, why? And he goes, because I thought Love Island was on tonight, but it's not on. And he goes, I don't know why. So I was like, oh, I'm sorry. So I think Love Island's on. Is Love Island on tonight? I don't know, but if it is, he'll be real excited about that. But I also need to walk because I have to finish the Lori Vallow book today, because if I'm going to get the other book done in time for True Crime Book Club, the other book is shorter. But I have to finish the Lori Vallow. I've been listening to a little bit of it throughout the day today, and last night I listened to some of it. So I can finish it tonight. It won't be hard to finish. I think I have like 2 hours left. So if I take a walk, and I walk for like an hour and a half, then I'll just have like an hour or half an hour when I get home. So I really, really want to walk tonight, because and part of it, to be honest with you, is I need to get back into walking, but the other part of it is I don't want to just sit here and listen to an audiobook. If I'm going to walk, it's so funny because forever people were like, this is me admitting that I was wrong, just so you know, okay? People would be like, oh, Peter, like, you know, because I used to love to drive and listen to audiobooks, right? And then I stopped listening to a lot of audiobooks, you know, after the accident when I stopped driving and stuff, and I really struggled with it, you know, getting back into reading again. And so people for a long time, especially in my vlog, would suggest, like, you should walk and listen to audiobooks. I'd be like, it's just not the same. It's just not the same. You know, and it isn't the same, but it's different. And I'll be honest with you, I actually like it more. I actually like walking more than driving around listening to audiobooks. So, when I did back in the day. And so, I really, really like listening to the audiobooks while I walk. It's kind of fun, you know? My one neighbor, I was telling her that I walk up and down her street at night because she was walking by and she came up here last night. We were talking and stuff and catching up. She's like, I haven't seen you sitting out here. That's a lot of what people have been saying. They've been like, I haven't seen you out here. I'm like, I'm out here. I go to the pool. I'm out here and stuff like that. But a lot of people have been like, I haven't seen you and stuff like that. So I think I used to just sit out here for like hours on end. I'll film a couple videos inside. I come out here. I feel like the lighting with the sun and stuff like that has not been great to film out here on the front porch, which is one of the reasons why I've been filming inside. One of the things I really, really want to do this fall, now that the basement is done, I don't know when we're going to redo the basement, but like the basement's pretty much done. I just have like, a lot of the stuff is gone, but like the rest of the stuff, I have just like one corner that I have to go through this stuff. I think I'm not really sure where I want to do it. We don't really use like this half of the living room. I mean, because just other than like the dining room table where I have my computer and stuff like that, and Alex puts his stuff from work, we don't really use it. I feel like I want to somehow, I got to do it so for the lighting. So I don't know how I'll do it with the lighting, because the lighting is so bad in our house. So that's why I was kind of thinking about doing an area in the basement. I would really like to kind of set up like just like a desk, where I could just like have my tripod set up all the time. Not to film my vlogs. I always film my vlogs out here. But where like, I've been doing the bed a lot. I've been sitting on the floor in front of the fireplace. That was really uncomfortable the first day, but it's been pretty good. The first day the second day time that I did it, I had a pillow. But other than that, I haven't, and it's been pretty good. I don't mind doing videos there, but sometimes it gets really, really dark, and so I can't film there. I'm kind of, to be honest with you, the days that I used to pull the ring light out and sit in the chair, I don't know that I'll ever go back to that. Does anybody miss that? Does anybody miss me sitting in the chair with the plants behind me? One of the reasons why I stopped doing it was because it would focus on the plants in the window behind me, and the focus would go in and out, in and out, in and out. But now that I sit in the bedroom, the focus still happens on my videos. So I think it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Probably the bedroom is the most comfortable place for me to film, if you want to know the truth. Just like it's just really easy for me, and I just bring stuff up there and do it and whatever. And I mean, it is totally fall tonight, you guys. I do hear it's really pretty out, but I'm like, it's the middle of July for it to be like this. So I don't know, but I was kind of really thinking about like setting up like just like a desk area where a lot of people have been asking me to do like reaction videos where I watch a video and I react to it. And I've reached out to a couple people that do it and like talk to them about the software and how to do it. It seems really easy. But I can't do that like if I'm sitting on the edge of the bed. I mean, I could, but it wouldn't, it wouldn't be, I'd have to have the computer like right up against the wall and stuff like that. So I thought, you know what, maybe I'll just set up like a small area, like with like a little desk like this somewhere where I can film videos inside. I've just got to figure out where could go. Like, Alex wouldn't care. Like, he'd be like, set it up wherever, as long as it's not like in our little common space where we watch TV and stuff like that. And I think that would be good. If I did it in the basement, then I mean, when he's home, I could film videos down there. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't have to worry about him like watching TV or going to. I just close the basement door and be completely quiet down there. So that is one thing I'm really thinking about doing this fall, figuring out how I'm going to do all that. So. But then I also feel like it's never really been, I don't know that I have a style, but it's never really been my style to sit like at a desk. It feels kind of rather professional for me, but I think it would be nice for me just to have like an area that I know, like this is my area to go film every day. So that's tonight, walking, listening to the Lori Vallow book. It's not bad. It's interesting because, like, yesterday when I got on here, I talked about how much I loved it, whatever, but then it's like, it goes so, I mean, I'm past this part now, but there's like a huge part where it talks about Lori Vallow growing up and her family and her dad and their religious beliefs, and I mean, there's a huge part that goes into all that. And at first I kind of enjoyed listening to it, but like it just goes on and on and on and on and on. I don't care that much about the history of Lori Vallow, if you want to know the truth. And I think it's interesting to the concept or the context of the whole story. But I don't know that I needed to know that much of it. But I'm past that part now, so I'm more into like the investigation and all that kind of stuff. So it's an interesting book. It's really well done. I will say, I think it's even better done. I think the book is better done than the documentary. Was it a series? I feel like it was a documentary series. Mel sent me this TikTok of this girl talking about this true crime show on HBO Max. And it's called like Inside the Mind of a Sociopath or Inside a Psychopath's Mind or something like that. I don't know what it's called. So I was going to start watching it. It's like 6 or 8 seasons long. I was like, oh, another one of these shows. Like, I cannot. So I put it on my list, but I was like, I can't do this right now. My throat is really itching. So that's tonight. And then, yeah, just relaxing and stuff. And then tomorrow, if it's nice enough, I looked at the weather, it's supposed to be like high of 80, and I looked at the hours, and it doesn't even get up to be 80 until like 5 o'clock, so it's to be like upper 70s, which isn't bad. I mean, you can still go to the pool. Alex won't want to go to the pool if it's like 77 to 80. He wants to go on like a solid 85 day, full sunshine. But I think she's going to go to the pool all day tomorrow. My neighbor in the corner, she might go to the pool tomorrow, so if I might go up there for a little bit. And then if I do, I probably won't film a whole lot. I don't know that like the next, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I might just low-key it a lot on the filming. And film like a vlog plus like 1 or 2 other videos. One of the reasons why I like haven't been walking as much is that I'm not really even getting my videos. Like, it's with my vlog, it's fine if that's uploading while I'm walking. But like the other videos, I like to try to get them up you know, early enough that people can watch them before they go to bed. There's no point to post like a Peterisms video at 11 o'clock at night. And so I'm noticing that a lot of those videos, I'm not even getting them like fully done and uploaded in the vlog, like rendered and getting ready to upload before like 8:30 at night. And then to be honest with you, I'm so tired by that point, or it's raining, whatever. So tonight, it's like perfect walking weather. In fact, I think as soon as I get done with this vlog, I'm just gonna put on my walking shoes and walk because it's still like light outside. And it's cool, and I'll probably walk a little bit. I will say this, like sometimes when it's like really dark and really late at night, like even if I could walk for like 2 hours, I kind of stop a little short because I'm like, I just don't want to, I don't want to be out here or like walking at 11:30 or 12 o'clock at night, you know? And so I usually stop a little bit earlier. But I've got to get back into the mode of walking every single day. Especially because like the next week, it's like every day the high is between like 80 and 82. So it's not going to be super hot to walk. So it's a perfect time for me to get back into the walking again. So yeah, and I've been reading a little bit more of The Walking Dead. I feel like I'm just like, every time I look, I always think I have like 3 to 4 pages left. And I look, and it's like every time I look, I have 3 to 4 pages left. I'm almost done with that. I was supposed to finish that and the Fangirl manga last week. So those are my goals again for this week, to finish those. I don't know what movie I'm going to pick for Peter's Movie Club this week. I have a whole list of movies, so I'll have to figure out what I want to watch for Peter's Movie Club this week. But good times for all. I really hope this is allergies and I'm not getting sick. Can you guys even hear it a little bit in my voice? I can hear it every once in a while. Because, like I said, if I walk, I really want to walk. And if I walk and then I come back and I take a shower and then I start feeling sick, I know it's going to, like, go into tomorrow. I don't feel like I've been sick. It's been, like, a long time since I've been sick. But my allergies this summer have really just, like, beat me up. It's been a lot. So these construction trucks coming down here. I don't know if they're coming or going. I would also love for like a new true crime documentary series to come out that I just like, something like The Keepers or Making a Murderer, like something I just could not stop watching. I would love for something like that to come out. Like the Speedway Murders was good. That would have actually been, was it just it was like an hour and 24 minutes. That was actually something that would have been a good series. I love a good true crime series where, my throat is itching so bad. I love a good true crime series where it's just like, 4 to 6 episodes and you just can't stop watching it. I love that so much. Boo Radley's good. I'm trying to think of some of the other comments that people ask me about. Oh, somebody asked me about Mabel. Caroline's dog Mabel, and then I haven't talked about Mabel. So it's funny that you said that because we were talking a lot about Mabel yesterday because there's a condo for sale in my neighborhood on the other side. And the way I find out about it is because this woman that was at the pool the other day with her niece, there's like only 3 condos in I think maybe only 2, maybe just hers and the other one that are exactly like it. And it has a basement, and it's 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, and the upstairs has 2 bedrooms and 2 no, maybe it's 4 baths, I don't know. But anyway, the upstairs has like 2 bedrooms and 2 baths, and then the main floor has a main floor master with a private bath. And then it has like a living room, huge living room, with vaulted ceilings, open kitchen into it. Has like a craft room or like an office. And then it has a full basement, which is partially finished, she said. And it has like a TV and all this kind of stuff. And that's exactly what would be like perfect for Caroline and Mike. That's what they're looking at. And David and his girlfriend will probably get like a house at some point, like real soon. So they're, because that's what they're looking for right now. And so, Caroline's like, I would love to move in this neighborhood, but she wants to be up against the woods. Well, this house is up against the woods. But when you look at it, there's only like, hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good to see you.
Good.
There's just a little bit of yard before the woods, and she said, I can't put a fence back there, though, for Mabel, can I? She was like, the other dogs, she's like, I can walk on a leash, but she's like, Mabel, I want to have, like, a place to run around a little bit. And it has, like, it has a huge screen and sunroom, and Caroline loved it. And then the sunroom goes out to, like, a wood patio, like ours, but probably twice the size. And then it has stairs that go down to the little yard behind it. And I said, you could put a little fence back there, Caroline. Nobody would say anything. She's like, the HOA would go crazy. They make me take the fence down. I said, just put it up anyway. She goes, they make me take it down. And I go, I don't know, Caroline. You can't even see it back there. She's like, you don't think? And I said, no, I don't think that if you had a little fence back there, it's like, 20 feet for Mabel. I mean, Mabel's a little dog, but Mabel's doing great. And Mabel's doing really, really good. She's getting along with the other dogs really well, and she's not being so sassy to her mama as what Caroline. Caroline always goes. Because I ask her every time that like I see her. I'm like, how's Mike? How's David? I always ask about everybody in the family. How's his girlfriend? Everything like that. I'm like, how's Mabel? And she's like, Mabel loves her mama, just like Miss Peaches. That's what she always says. Miss Peaches loves her papa. Mabel loves her mama. Every chance Caroline gets to get in Miss Peaches, she always does. So anyway, Mabel's doing really good. Boo Radley's doing really well. He was running around earlier today, being crazy dog. But I got those treats from Costco. I kind of forgot about this. They look like little sausages, okay? And they're like chicken sausages. They literally look like sausage patties. And they break apart so easily, so they're real easy. I just take one and I just split it up into a bunch of little small pieces for him. He is obsessed with these things. He fakes having to go outside just so he can get one of those chicken sausage things. I'm like, dude, you're so old. If you just want a treat, just come and ask for a treat. I'll just give you a treat. But he always acts like he has to go outside. Then he goes outside and he raises his leg and nothing comes out because he doesn't have to go to the bathroom or go potty. He just wants a treat, right? So anyway, I give him all the treats in the world now. I mean, the dog's going to be 15 years old if he wants treats all day long. But what I forgot was that Boo's stomach is he's a small dog, So he can't eat a lot. And so if he has 2 or 3 treats, he won't eat his dinner. I mean, it's totally like the kid that's eats a dessert first. I mean, Boo Radley is that dog. And he's never been someone that overeats. He's never been a dog that overeats. And so when he's full, he doesn't eat anymore, right? And so I was noticing having to pick up his food and throw it away because after a while it's wet food, so you have to throw it away and put new food down there. We always keep new food for him always down there. And so I've been noticing, and the food's expensive. It's that he's back on the Royal Canine. He loves that Royal Canine stuff again. So it's expensive. I mean, it's I think it's $37 for a box of 12. So I don't know what that breaks down to, but it's expensive to just be throwing day after day, you know, packets away. But I noticed like the last 2 days he wasn't really eating, but he was having, and I remember this last time with those Costco treats. He's always in the kitchen, like looking up at me, like, please, Dad, let me just have a treat. And I'm always just like, you know, breaking up one of those little Costco. So I'm like, it's a little sausage because you're such a good boy. But some days he'll like, well, when I take him out late at night, like, okay, so when Alex, like, if I get up from my nap, when I go downstairs, Boo Radley usually follows me and he wants to go outside. So let's say if that's between like 12:31, right? I'll take him outside. He runs all around the neighborhood. He has to go from my mailbox to my neighbor's mailbox and neighbor across the street to there, to there. He goes all through the neighborhood, right? Or all through right here, going to the mailboxes and sniffing and everything like that. He always poops and all this kind of stuff. So he does all of his business out there. When he comes inside, I give him a treat. Well, right after I give him a treat, like I'm like cleaning up stuff, putting my iPad out, ready to watch it, lighting candles and stuff. He goes, I think it's also, I don't know if your dogs are like this, but Boo has always been like this. PB and Tucker were not, but Boo's always been like this. You kind of have to like, back in the day when he wouldn't eat, we were hand feeding him, he wouldn't eat unless you were standing right there. Like, I notice he eats more if we're like in the kitchen. So like after I give him a treat and I'm like lighting the candles, like last night I was like cutting the wick on the candles to make sure that they were shorter and all this kind of stuff. I'm like dying to get through those candles that I have. They smell so good, but I'm ready for them to be gone so I can put my new candles that I got at Nordstrom Rack. But anyway, I noticed that he was like eating his dinner. He ate like a whole plate of dinner that had been sitting there for like 2 hours. He ate the whole plate of dinner last night while I was standing in the kitchen doing stuff. So when I'm in the kitchen, and I notice when like Alex is in the kitchen, or if like we're sitting in the living room watching TV, Alex will be like looking in the kitchen. I'll be like, what's he doing? And he'll be like, he's eating his dinner. And then we'll go put another pack down and he'll go eat like 2 dinners like back to back. So it's so weird. Like, I don't think he like if Alex is here, he wants to be upstairs with Alex in the bedroom. The camera stopped. If Alex is here and Alex is upstairs in the bedroom, whether he's watching, you know, whatever, TikToks or whatever, he wants to be with Alex. I think part of it too is like, whenever he's with us, other than when I'm filming videos, like, he sits on my lap a lot while I'm like working on the computer. If I'm like laying in bed looking through stuff, I'm always like petting him. If we're in bed, whatever we're doing, like if I'm like looking through stuff to make a video or whatever in the bedroom, or if I'm just relaxing, we're like always petting him. When Alex is looking at TikToks, Alex has like one hand on his phone, the other hand he's petting him. If he's watching a TV show, Alex is always petting him. I think that he associates the bed with being petted and being all that kind of stuff. It's so funny because last night, he was being like real crazy as we were like out when Alex was going to sleep and I was getting ready to lay down for my nap. He was being like running around the bed and being real crazy and stuff like that, which I love that he's like, you know, so that he's older. He's 15. He's still like such a puppy at heart. And he like goes in his little purple bed and he like digs in it and then he gets, it's so cute, right? But then like if you move the bed, he looks at you like if you move the bed, like, no, that's not where I want the bed. I want the bed at like a certain, he'll like move it back. It's so cute. And, you know, it's like right away, he kind of knew it was his bed. And I said to Alex last night, I go, how do you think he knows that, like, oh, now I call his bed his nest, is what I call it. And I said to Alex, I was like, how do you think he knew that that was, like, his bed? Back in the day, Alex said, I think that maybe, like, dog beds have some scent on them. I was like, babe, no, that's not the case. It came out of a plastic, like, you know, zip sealed bag, okay, from Amazon. It's not, there's no scent on this bed that lets a dog know that it says. And, because I think when I said that in a video, people thought Alex meant like he like put his scent on it. No, he meant like it came out. There was like some scent on it that let dogs know it's their bed. There's no scent on this bed. And, but like he knew right away, like it was for him. And like now he knows, like that bed has to be in a certain place. And we washed the purple blanket. And now it's like, how it was all fringy, it's kind of like all mushed together, and he likes it more. I thought he didn't like it, he likes it more, but he wants to be covered with the blanket a certain way so he can peek his head out at night and feel the fan every once in a while. Like when I come into bed late at night, he always like he wants me, it's so funny. It's when people say that animals don't have personalities and stuff like that, I'm like, the hell they don't. Live with my dog. All of our dogs had distinct personalities. PP Tucker and Boo Radley, all of them had completely different personalities. Boo Radley, like, it's so funny when I say, like, in videos he's his own person, because he is totally his own person. Like, Tucker always needed to be with somebody, you know, whatever, but, like, Boo Radley is his own person. He does whatever he wants to do. Like, we'll be standing there sometimes. Like, Alex usually, like, likes to leave the bedroom door open. I like to sleep with the door closed, but so when I take my nap and whatever, we leave it open, he'll go downstairs in the middle of the night. He'll just, like, wander around, like, smell his food, and, like, he'll just come up all of a sudden, then he'll just jump on the bed, and he's like, there he is. It's like, he's his own person. He does what he wants to do. He's so hilarious. Each of our dogs was smart in their own way, and each of our dogs was hilarious in our own way. That was the other thing. I think we don't talk about the humor of dogs so much, you know, that, I mean, each of them are so funny. Like, we're so funny, you know? Tucker was so funny. Pee-Pee's humor sometimes was that he was completely unaware of things, I think, you know, and he just kind of thought, I mean, Pee-Pee just had this air about him that he was just kind of the shit, and he knew it, you know? But the other dogs, their humor comes in different ways. And Tucker used to, like, it wouldn't happen very often, but he would, like, fart and it would scare him. We've never, like, none of the other dogs farted. I don't think they did. But Tucker would fart, and then he'd, like, you just hear, like, like that. It would just, like, he'd just, like, run. Like, it scared the hell out of him. He didn't know what it was, right? But Radley doesn't fart. I don't think he does. If he does, he hasn't in a long time. I think there was a period, it was maybe the food he was on or something, where it was all of a sudden it was just like, oh, damn, it stinks in here. Was that Boo, though? I think maybe it was Boo. I remember talking about it on here, but God, that must have been a while ago, because that hasn't happened in a long time. Boo was always so cute with Tucker and Pee-Pee, because if Tucker and Pee-Pee reacted to something, he wouldn't even know what he was reacting to. Like, if we threw a ball, like, they would go running after it, like in their early days, right? Boo would go running after them because they were running. He had no clue it was about the ball. He does not, I tell people this all the time, he doesn't understand toys. I mean, it's like breaking my heart. We have like all these like plush animals and toys around here, ladies, you know, the lamb chops. That meant so much to Pee-Pee and Tucker. And Alex is like, we need to bag these up and give them away. And I'm like, I can't. Like, so many of them mean stuff to me. And he's like, okay, but Boo doesn't play with any of them. Like, every once in a while, I'll bring out like I've got him a couple ladies. We call lamb chop lady, because she's got red lipstick and she's always so pretty and things like that. So I call her lady. So anyway, Alex is like, he doesn't play with them. He doesn't understand them. He doesn't even like them near him. So, you know, like, why? Like, we need to just get rid of this stuff. People ask about LaDonna Duck all the time. I cannot give that duck away, that calming duck. Nobody wants her. So, you know what? I actually was thinking about this the other day, because she was telling me about, like, getting her dog, her dog's now, like, 6 months, I think, some, like, toys. I was like, you know what, I should just give her all the toys that we have, because a lot of them don't mean it. Like, Tucker's lady and Pee-Pee's little lady and stuff like that, like, they meant a lot to me. Like, I probably never, honestly, I probably won't. Well, Alex has one of them for Pee-Pee in this quilt that Pee-Pee loved. He has it all tied up with his lady in the middle of it with, like, this ribbon. Like, we would never get rid of that. And, like, Tucker's lady is, like, all worn down, has strings, and he used to lick on those strings that come out of her mouth. And so, like, I wouldn't get rid of her. But the other stuff, like, there's so many. Well, for a long time when I was doing the bark box stuff, and that was so sad when it got down to, I don't think people really had any idea how hard it was for me. I mean, I was doing those bark box reviews after Pee-Pee passed away, and then I think I did a couple after Tucker passed away, and I was like, these are just too depressing for me. I have to stop doing these bark box reviews, because I literally would do them, and like, Radley couldn't eat any of the treats. I think it was when Tucker was alive too. I was still doing them. He couldn't eat any of the treats because they didn't have teeth. So I literally would bag up all the treats, give them to my neighbor next door because their dog could eat them. But Radley wouldn't play with any of the plush toys, so it was like we just put them in these containers that we have in the bedroom that are underneath the couch. And it was like, what's the point? I mean, I would give some to like Caroline and Melissa and stuff like that. But it was just like, what's the point of doing these bark box things? And that was something that I loved doing on my channel. I loved doing the bark box reviews with Pee-Pee. I don't even remember. Did I do them on my review channel? I think I did. I loved doing those. Do you know that the girl that sent me the woman that sent me the Stevie Nicks candles, I don't know why, but, like, her stuff is constantly showing up on my Facebook page. I think it's the same thing. Shy Wolf. I'm almost positive. And she's a subscription box. I think I'm going to order the subscription box. Because it's, like, all of them are, like, musically themed. Like, the one that I saw was, like, David Bowie. And I was like, this is so cool. So, I'm thinking about ordering it. Because those candles, I mean, they smell fantastic. The one candle I want to, like, light out here and have some incense and cup of tea and listen to what do you call it, some Stevie Nicks and Fleetwood Mac. You know, I said something in my video yesterday about like the smoking cigarettes once every blue moon, things like that, and there were a couple things that people said about it, but somebody was like, you still smoke? I didn't know that. I've actually come out, and I just want to say this, and like, no issue with you asking me whatsoever, right? But I've actually come out and I've said this in a couple videos, because what happened was a couple years ago, there was a picture of me smoking a cigarette in Florida, and somebody like sent me horrendous DMs about, threatened me that they were gonna like expose me for smoking and all this kind of stuff, and were like, I'm sending it to all these drama channels and they're gonna expose you. It was ridiculous, okay? And so at that point I came out, I was like, I smoke a cigarette from time to time, okay? I also vape from time to time. Not marijuana, nicotine vapes from time to time, okay? My husband vapes from time to time. So if you see a picture of me or anything, I don't smoke on camera, I don't vape on camera, and if you want to know the truth, I think it's tacky. That's why I don't, okay? And I also don't have the need to sit here with a cigarette in my hand or a vape and smoke. But sure I do, you know? I think I only have like 1 or 2 friends that still smoke cigarettes. Tanya smokes from time to time. When we go to meetings or get fountain pops and stuff, Tanya and I smoke. If I go out of town on vacation, sure. But do I sit here like all day long smoking? No, I don't. But I've said that in a couple other videos, and I want to be clear about that, because I'm not going to ever have that shit used against me. I'm 52 years old. I think about this a lot. Like, some of the stuff that people want to use against me is stuff that, like, if I said something to my dad about it, my dad would be like, why do you care? Like, seriously? Like, I love that somebody said on my video yesterday, like, you paid off your mortgage or somebody gave you a house, why does it even matter? Like, who even cares, right? And I love that somebody left that comment, because it's so, there's a couple comments like that, and your comments were so supportive of me, and I just want to say I really, really appreciate it. And that situation's been taken care of, because that person wanted to double down again today and leave another comment. I didn't even know they had until I saw somebody left a comment and said they were saying something about my epilepsy. And they said something about being concerned about me going to the casino because of lights. I've made it, for somebody that says, this is where it's like, okay, you've watched my videos for this long. How many times have I mentioned in videos that my seizure disorder is not related to lights and flashing lights? I've talked about that a lot, because people ask me that about going to music festivals and stuff. The kind of epilepsy I have is not related to that. I've said that a lot, okay? So to come out and say that, I was like, no, this person is like, you didn't respond to anything that I said in my video when I was reading your comments, but you're going to double down and say this. So they've been taken care of. So, but I just want to say I really, really appreciate that. I probably, to be honest with you, I probably address more than I ever should. I think that's probably the common thing, that most people, including my husband in my personal life, will say to me, like, why do you even address it? Like, this is like, to anybody, if you weren't on camera talking about these things, like your mother and the condition of how you own your home, or whether you smoke a cigarette from time to time or whatever, like, nobody would care, like, or when are you going to travel, or are you guys going to do this? But the fact that I talk about it on here, right, like, I'm bringing attention to it, and that's me. Like, I'm doing that, right? Like, I'm bringing these things to video, so that's on me. Like, I decide what I want to talk about. I think it's because, especially over here, you guys have been so fantastic to me through, like, everything I've gone through in my life since I've been on camera, and for the last 8 years, I've shared so much with you, and you guys have, in return, shared so much with me, that I sometimes can't decipher between, like, what is, like, a really well-intentioned question. Like, somebody saying to me, like, on the video yesterday, like, this is where, like, and somebody also commented and said, like, whenever Peter's, like, reading comments and responding to him, like, negative, like, I don't know if he's talking about me. Like, if I really have an issue, I will address it. I just want to say that. But going forward, I'll probably just block it. But I don't want anybody to worry about that. Like, you'd have to leave. In all honesty, on this vlog, you probably have to leave. Like, either it's like I look and they just started their YouTube profile like 2 weeks ago, and they've left like 3 comments on my video and they're real nasty, so it's obviously like they started the account just to be nasty. Or if I look on there and it's like somebody's left like 20 to 40 comments and through the years, like, I'm very unlikely to block that person, because there's somebody that's been watching for a long time and whatever. When I look and I see that the consistency, it's like 10 to 15 comments are at that point, it's just like, so don't ever worry about leaving a critical, or even if every once in a while you leave a shitty comment, it's whatever, you leave a shitty comment. It's not like you're going to get blocked by one shitty comment. I want to make that clear, right? But I think that one of the things for me is that you guys have been so amazing to me. Like, you've been so wonderful to me and so supportive, right? That I feel like when people ask me things, oh, they got a new car, they got a convertible, she's driving it, look, they're so excited. Looks like a Mustang convertible or something like that. It's like old vintage kind of convertible. But anyway, that's why I answer the questions. It's not like I feel pressured to, or I feel like I have to, or anything like that. It's that I feel like you guys have been so kind to me that when you're asking me questions, I feel like, okay, well, a lot of these questions I feel like deserve an answer, like the smoking question, you know? And I don't take any insult to that. I have said in the past, I have explained about the smoking situation, so I just want to explain it again, in case, you know, people ask questions about it in the future or whatever. I just, you know, want people to know where I'm at with that, because there was a period where I was going through and people were like, you said you quit smoking, but I never said I quit smoking. I've never said that in a video. You know, it's like other people claim that I've said certain things in videos that I've literally never said. There's certain things that I know for a fact I've never said because there's no truth to it. I wouldn't say that in a video. And the reason why I get frustrated is because I know that I haven't said those things when other people have said, you actually said this. I never said that in a video. I know I never said that. It's like, if somebody would say, Peter, you said you had brown eyes. I know I would never say that because I don't have brown eyes. I have blue eyes. I know that. I would never say in a video I had brown eyes. So that's an analogy. But, so, the only reason why I'm saying the smoking thing is because I don't want to be a fraud to anybody. I don't want anybody to come over here and think that Peter's like under the guise of acting like I don't smoke from time to time, or, you know, vape from time to time or whatever. I also, to be honest with you, I think it's weird that it's like, and this is no offense to the question. The person that asked the question in the video yesterday, you asked it very nicely. I don't have any issue with somebody being like, hey Peter, I didn't know that you still smoked. That's totally fine. See, you didn't even have to compliment sandwich that with, I love you, but I didn't know you smoke. I love you again. You know, you can just ask a question like that. I don't have a problem. Sometimes I'll answer the question. Sometimes I won't, right? But I think that was really fair. I think like Brian's question yesterday. Brian's somebody that I know have watched my video for a long time. When he was asking a question about like, how do you know, like, how to budget your money when you don't know what you're going to make month to month? I mean, that's a fantastic question. It's interesting I don't get that question more often, honestly, because you don't know what you're going to make month to month on YouTube, right? It just depends. So, like, in that question, he didn't come out and say, I love you so much, I hope this isn't offensive. You don't have to say those things that way. I think there's, like, this idea that's being led out there somewhere that you have to, like, kiss my ass to ask a question. Go back and read Brian's comment. His question wasn't like, oh my God, Peter, I love you so much. I hope you don't take offense to this question, but I wonder. No, we just asked it. It was a nice question. I don't have a problem with questions. I love questions, you know? Obviously, I answer a lot of them over here. The question about, hey, I didn't know you smoked. Do you still smoke? I think that's a fair question, right? But, so I don't want anybody worried about getting blocked left and right. You have to do a lot to get blocked. I mean, it takes a lot. It takes a lot to get blocked by me, okay? When can I see somebody's intentions, that's kind of when it is. You know, and I think the other thing I will say is that's really interesting to me is that, and I haven't really addressed this for a while and I don't really want to get into it, but the more I have looked into specifically knowing the people that really take issue with me, oh my God, the tripod. I almost said treadmill again. The tripod fell again. But interestingly enough, when it's been brought to my attention, like, who these people are and whatever, right? Almost every single person, I mean, okay, not every single person, but I would say, like, 80% of the people that have been really not nice to me behind the scenes of saying things about me and perpetuating, like, ugly stories about me are people that at one point or another, I mean, I have factual evidence of this, really, really liked me. I mean, were sending me DMs of like, oh my God, I love you and your husband together, or oh my God, you said this in a video, this is so funny. And so to be honest with you, I don't know if it's that it has to be either I didn't give them enough attention, or I didn't acknowledge them enough, or I talked about a creator that they really, really liked, and whatever. But I will tell you, with the majority of those people, I could see a turn in the comments. Like, I would notice it, specifically on the vlog. Like, I would notice it, that they would leave, like, a lot of, like, really, like, oh, this was so funny that you said this. And then it kind of turned. It started turning a little bit. And so I would watch it for a while, you know? I would watch it. And then it would be weird because, like, I would notice that they didn't just, like, follow me. They followed, like, my husband and my friends and people, like, that I talk about on, I mean, it was weird, right? And so I'm like, I don't know what's going on here, right? So, like I said, it takes a lot to get, like, I mean, it has to be somebody that I feel like you have an unhealthy, I don't know, something with how you perceive me, okay? And so I can't be part of that, if that makes sense. But not just asking a question, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have an issue with anybody just like asking a question. Doesn't mean that I'm always going to answer it, but no, I don't have an issue about that at all. Oh, this is what I was going to say. It's interesting that like the smoking thing is such an issue, right? For me, especially being in recovery, where if you go to meetings, like, I would say, I mean, it used to be, I would say 100%. When I got sober, I mean, everybody that I met smoked cigarettes and drank coffee, all of them. And then there was a period where, I mean, there was like a lot of younger people that were getting sober. And it was a lot of like the big vaping devices, you know, where they put off plumes of smoke that they would use, and they would drink energy drinks. And then a lot of people started like, they get sober and then they get healthy right away. And they wouldn't, you know, they would still drink caffeine, like coffee, but they wouldn't like, you know, they weren't eating unhealthy, they weren't smoking, they weren't vaping, they were working out, a lot of fitness, there was a lot of that. I would still say, like, when I go to meetings, it's like probably 50% of the people that I know at meetings actively and regularly, like, drink coffee and smoke cigarettes. My sponsor does not. She drinks coffee, she doesn't smoke cigarettes or anything like that. She used to, she quit. But we will go to dinner, like at 10 o'clock at night, she'll ask him to make a pot of coffee. I mean, she's a caffeine drinker like I am, you know? And that's kind of typical, and I think it's so funny because, like, that's something that I love so much about sobriety is, like, standing outside after a meeting with somebody, you know, and talking and sharing stories and drinking coffee from a styrofoam cup and smoking a cigarette, and, like, that's something that's so used against me when there's literally, like, influencers or YouTubers all over that, like, have a vape in their hand at any given time or vaping on camera. I mean, multiple YouTubers, right? And nobody ever says anything about it. But it's like, if there's even an instance that Peter, like, has a cigarette or possibly does this or does that, it's like, oh my God, Peter, not Peter. You know, and it's like, it's so weird. I don't know how that ever started about this, like, standard that I'm held to when it's like, there's so many people out there that are doing the same things that I'm doing, and it's like a non-issue for those people. I mean, I literally watch videos, and it's like, they're vaping on video, right? And I'm like, I would never, like, I literally would never do that, right? And maybe that's why, I don't know, I just don't think it belongs on a video. That's just how I feel about it. For me, I feel like, I don't think that person's like, I think it looks tacky. For me, if I were sitting here smoking a cigarette or vaping on video, you know, whatever, it's a decision that I've made, you know, in the last couple of years and whatever. And maybe that's why people have that perception of me, that that I don't smoke or whatever, because you don't see me smoking, right? So, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I've, like, ran into people in public while I'm smoking a cigarette that have met me, and they're like, oh, I watch all your videos, and blah, 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 and I'm smoking a cigarette, or I have a vape in my hand. Like, I've met people in public like that, and they act like it's, like, such a, not an issue whatsoever. You know, I immediately put the cigarette out and whatever. I'm like, I'm so sorry. And they're like, what are you apologizing for? I smoke too, or they'll say something like that, or they'll hold up a vape or whatever. People are always usually really nice about that, you know? So, yeah, it's weird. I don't know why that is. I think it's probably because I just don't talk about it that much, you know? I used to smoke a lot. I used to smoke, back in the day, I was a heavy smoker, 2.5 packs a day. I mean, in all honesty, I was a heavy smoker. Well, this is where, like, when I say it, so, like, back in the day, and this was not from people that didn't like me, this was from people that watched my videos and liked me. They'd say, how did you quit smoking? I didn't quit smoking. I mean, I smoked 2.5 packs a day. I don't smoke that today, but at all, anywhere near that whatsoever. But no, it's not like I don't consider myself a quit smoker. Like, I wouldn't say to anybody, like, I quit smoking. No, I still smoke when I want to smoke, you know? I have a pack on hand anytime in my house. But do I smoke like I used to smoke? Like, no, not at all. So now it's like once in a blue moon. It really is. My cousin's very similar to that. Like, my cousin always has, like, in fact, a couple weeks ago, because Caroline doesn't like to buy cigarettes. She thinks it's trashy to buy cigarettes. And so, I was getting some Diet Dr. Pepper, and, like, she was like, I'm going out with my girlfriend. She's like, can you get me a pack of cigarettes? Mike usually buys them for me. I was like, Caroline, do you, like, I don't mind buying you a pack of cigarettes. She's like, here's some. I said, I'll buy them for you, girl. It's not that big of a deal, right? And so I was like, she's like, I said, you don't buy cigarettes for yourself? She goes, no, it's trashy. She's like, nobody smokes today. And she's like, but when I'm with my girlfriends, we're, like, around a bonfire or something, I might want a cigarette or two. Caroline literally will have a pack, and it'll sit in her garage, like, drawer. Like, they have a, in their drawer, their garage, they have, like, this area. And she'll, like, sit, and it'll sit there for, like, 3 months, this pack of cigarettes, right? She, like, never smokes. So I really, like, that's kind of where I'm at today is, you know, I wouldn't say that I ever don't have a pack of cigarettes with me, but I'm not I'm not, like, I don't smoke the way that I used to at all. So, yeah. I will be honest with you, I don't take tons and tons of, like, pride on it or anything like that, because I can remember my dad years and years and years ago. I've shared this story in here. When I was younger and I smoked a lot, and I was going to tanning bed, my dad would say, why don't you just smoke while you're in the tanning bed? That way you can make sure you get cancer. And my dad was like, he's always hated smoking. He's adamant against it. And so Alex does not like cigarette smoke, whatever. He vapes from time to time, whatever, but, like, he does not like cigarette smoke at all. And so, like, I'm very conscious of that, chewing gum, you know, whatever, and, like, I don't, like, really that much around Alex. But anyway, so, but I remember my dad, I was talking to my dad one time about, like, when you quit smoking, and he was like, you know, if you reduce your smoking, it's better for you. If you reduce from, like, let's say if you smoke a pack a day to, like, smoking 2 cigarettes a day, yes, it's better for you. He said, but the reality is you're never, and I don't know how much truth this is. I'm just getting it from my dad, who is one doctor's opinion. I don't know the truth to this whatsoever. My dad's not a pulmonologist or pulmonary specialist or whatever. Pulmonologist, I don't even know. He's not a pulmonary specialist. But he would say, for you to, like, repair your lungs, he was like, you have to quit smoking entirely. And he was like, then after you stop smoking, it's like 10 days or something, your lungs start repairing. He's like, but you can't pick up a cigarette, like, 2 weeks later and smoke a cigarette. He was like, your lungs will, like, it starts affecting your lungs again. You have to, like, each time. So you can't be somebody that's, like, smokes a cigarette here, smokes a cigarette there, and whatever, right? Like, you're not really doing it. It's not, like, really repairing your lungs. And I was like, so it's not better to cut down? He goes, oh, yeah, it's 100% better to cut down. He said, trust me, it's much better. He was like, but people that have, like my Uncle Dave smoked, and then he quit smoking, and he didn't smoke a cigarette for, like, 40 years or something like that. Hey, how are you? I was just talking about how we were catching up last night. It's good seeing you. And I would say to my Uncle Dave, I would say, like, do you miss smoking? And he'd be like, every single day. What's weird about it is, like, I think the fact that I know that I can have a cigarette if I want to takes kind of away some of that illusion, if that makes sense. And so I don't anymore. And it's weird because it kind of was like here, and then it kind of went here, and then it went here, and then it went here, to where, like, I don't know, maybe one day I won't ever smoke another cigarette. I've never really, like, well, in my youth, I consciously tried to, like, not smoke and quit smoking, but I haven't really. It's just I don't really as much anymore, you know? So, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Don't know. Somebody else asked me something. Smoking. What's Caroline's dog's name? Mabel. Miss Mabel. I love Mabel so much. She's so sweet. Caroline always says, Mabel loves her mama. Oh my God, it was so funny. Because I made this drama video yesterday on there. I talked about Caroline always, like, comparing, like, Caroline says that Thumbelina is boring. She follows her, but she says Thumbelina is boring. I'm like, Caroline, Thumbelina's not boring. She goes, Miss Peaches is where it's at. She just says this stuff to get on my nerves. This is all, like, funny, right? I think some people took it seriously in my video, but no, this is just Caroline and I, like, razzing each other. And so, as soon as I got done with that drama video yesterday, I was like, I finally, like, sat down. I think it was when I got done with my vlog and stuff like that. I just was relaxing for a moment. I, like, looked at my phone. I pulled up Instagram, and the first thing was Miss Peaches. I was like, F you, Caroline. F you and your Miss Peaches. She is so sweet, though. That dog is so sweet, isn't she? People are sending me, a Waffles the dog. Oh my God, I posted something about him last night. It was like, it was his birthday. And then Marvis. Marvis is my favorite. Alex doesn't really understand why. But, like, Marvis has, like, all of these medical issues. To be honest with you, this is what I really think, okay? So, like, I follow, like, Cora Rose, who's a dog that has, like, no front, like, arms. And she hops around. And, like, her dad said something that people said, why do you even keep her alive? And there's no, like, you should have, like, put her down or whatever. And he shows this video of her, like, being happy, like, her running with her siblings and things like that. And the video makes me so happy. And then it's, like, Thumbelina the squirrel, who has had, like, endometriosis, and she's had, like, full-on surgeries, and I think she had a full hysterectomy and things like that, and, you know, has to have her teeth, like, filed down and whatever, and she's just so happy over, like, a little piece of avocado, you know? And then, like, Big Marvis, it's like, or Big Marvis teeths, and, Big Marv, I love him so much. And, you know, his teeth, like, are, you know, crossed and stuff, and so he can't eat right, and he has to be fed, and he can't walk because his legs are perpetually, like, crossed like this. He's just the sweetest little thing in the entire world, and his moms love him so much. And I see these animals, right? And they're handling these humongous medical issues that, on top of having these humongous medical issues that in many situations, I'm sure caused them a lot of pain, right? Like with Thumbelina and her teeth, she had abscess on her tooth, like her mom was showing it on the videos. And so I'm sure it brought her a lot of pain. And on top of that, these little animals don't understand it. They don't understand why this is happening or where it's, they just have the pain, right? So they don't get it. And then I see these, Thumbelina, Cora Rose, like, hopping through a field as happy as she can possibly be, and then with her two legs, and Thumbelina, like, so excited with her abscess tooth, just eating a little wooden spoon of avocado and just being so happy, and looking out the window at the outside. And then Big Marv, he inspires me so much, and he just sits in his little bed, and it's like, all of his little brothers and sisters are all around him, and he's just like looking around like, I'm so happy just to be part of this. And went to like his brother's vet appointment with him yesterday, and they showed him he's always got little shirts on and stuff like that. He's so cute, and has all these medical issues. And it's like, we live in a world where we have so much shit that happens to us, right? And we don't know how to handle it. We don't know how to process it. And we don't know how to make sense of it. And we don't understand it. And we have a lot of pain in our life, emotional, physical pain, right? We don't understand it. We don't know how to process it. We don't know how to make sense of it. And there's these little animals out there that they're not thinking about it. They're just, and they're not even having a decision whether or not, like, how they're going to deal with it or whatever, And they're just sitting there eating an avocado wooden spoon or laying in a bed looking around, just so happy that their siblings are around with them. And that gives me hope. Like, it's going to bring me to tears, but that inspires me, right? Like, to look at the world in a different way, to look at the world through these little animals' points of view, that the world's a pretty magical place. It's how we look at it, We can look at it from a point of negativity, and we can look at it as a point of, woe is me and all this kind of shit, or we can look at it in the present moment for, like, look what I have right now, like this little avocado spoon, or I'm with my other dog friends and brothers and sisters, and I get to go to he's just sitting there, like in the car, and his mom shows, and he's with this little cute face, and I'm like, God, he's like, Big Marv is inspiring all these people out there. He's inspiring me. I don't know, maybe he's inspiring all these other people. He's inspiring me. To not maybe everything I need to complain about. Maybe not every little thing that happens in my life has to be a huge issue. Maybe I should just be grateful for what I'm given for today. If this little dog can do that, if this little squirrel can do it, if Cora Rose can hop through a field on 2 legs, I don't think I have a whole right to complain about a lot of the shit in my life that I complain about. It right-sizes me, if you want to know the truth, I think they're God's angels living here on earth, and I think the people that take care of them are too. And, and I think that they inspire me and they motivate me. I love them. That's why I unfollowed all these people that made me feel miserable about my life, and I started following all these little rescue animals that made me happy about my life and inspired me, that made me happy. Those squirrel boxes that I look at and seeing them sleeping there and, like, it's so cute, I don't know. Just to see the look on their little face, just Thumbelina, like, when her mom, like, brings her little avocado, she's just, like, so excited, and then Big Marv's just sitting in his little bed, he's just, like, looking around at the world, like, wow, wow, I'm happy, I'm happy. So I don't know, I love those little animals, they inspire me so much. Anyway, alright, I'm gonna get off here. I thought this was gonna be a lot shorter than this today. I was just gonna kind of let y'all know I was getting ready to watch Big Brother. So anyway, I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Thursday. We're getting ready to go into the weekend, so I hope that you have a fantastic Friday as we start our weekend. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. And don't forget these 3 very important things. 1, you can start your day over whenever you want, or your week, or your weekend if you need to. 2, practice random acts of kindness, but shh. And 3, most importantly, make sure that you reach out to somebody and let them know how much they mean to you. Like I always say, you might be putting a smile on their face. You might be changing the day for the better. You might be the only phone call or text message they get today, and you also might be giving them hope. You don't know. Sometimes it's just, we can inspire people with just a word or a smile, or nod, or acknowledgement, or to be seen. Also, be kinder to one another, love one another a little bit more. Most importantly, be kinder to yourself and love yourself a little bit more. I forgot that the last time I tried to do this. Because if you're kinder to yourself, then you'll be kinder to others. And if you love yourself more, then you will love others more as well. And let's all find something that inspires us today. Like I was talking about the little animals. We should all have something each and every day that inspires us. So, somebody just sent me a video of their dog, Bean. Hey, Bean. That was born during one of my videos. That made me so happy. I couldn't even believe it. So anyway, I love you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love you.